Alright, so what's going on, everybody? So we're going to go to home right quick here. I'm going to give you guys some information that you really only people that purchase it get. But I had some people ask some very good questions, and I figured I would break it down. Some of the questions that people had, some of the issues that we've ran into since we've started this journey. So we're going to take a journey of ordering the Radio Box SN from us. So here we are at gmrs.network. For those of you on Facebook, it's gmrsgroup.network because, well, Facebook's douchebags. So the Radio Box SN is considered a piece of hardware. So it's going to be under hardware and software page off the website. Once you go to the hardware and software page, you click Buy It Now or Buy Now. Buying Now will take you to a PayPal link, and you put in paying via PayPal. There is other ways to pay for it, like Zelle, but you have to special request that by emailing. The email address is on the first page on the home page here. A little ways down. Little ways down. For information about joining us, email. There you go. All right. So you can email and say, hey, I want to pay using Zello or whatever, Zelle, Zelle. Once you paid, you click on the Wi-Fi form. You fill this out, the email address, name, mailing address. This is the key thing right here. When you're sending it in, the Wi-Fi access points are case sensitive. So we're going to pull up the my Wi-Fi in my area. So I'm connected to the GMRS linked network right now. If I send in a capital the and everything else is lowercase, I fucked up. It's not going to work. It has to be case sensitive. If you pull it up on your phone and you look at it, you have to send it in the way it shows. Like this says capitals for everything, TGLN, capitalized everything. If I send it in lowercase, I fucked it up, and it ain't going to work. So you have to be knowledgeable of that. Another thing to be knowledgeable of, if you notice, I have TGLN and the GMRS linked network. They're in the same location. They are an extender. This one is literally on the other side of this wall in the basement here. This one is on the second story in the house. Do not send in both of these because it will confuse the shit out of it. If you have a 5G, my computer's only 2.4, but if you have 5G, you have to send in the 5G. If you have an extender for your 5G, you have to figure out somewhere that you want to put it. Put it closer to one or the other, and then send it in to us. If you want to change it down the road, we can always help you. Our job is to get you on the network and to then share extra information once we get you on. It takes a lot of time and effort if you fuck this up. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this, is because we've had a couple people that, I can't say fucked it up, because they didn't know. I didn't have this part on here at the time. So it was just something that was inputted incorrectly at the time. As of a few days ago, I updated this and I'm making this video. I will say you fucked it up from now on. Like I say though, if you have range extenders or multiple in your home, it will confuse it. Just like if you send in 2.4 and the 5G, it will confuse it. Send in your 5G. Now, some people are on the network is informing people if you program your cell phone hotspot the same as your house, yes, it will work. It will automatically jump when you move further away from the house. It will automatically jump on here and it will still stay connected to the network. Problem with that is you got your wife, your kids, they got all their devices. It's going to think they're at home and their devices are going to connect to your hotspot. Let's see here. So we do take up to 3. By taking up to 3, this usually means home, hotspot, work. That's why we say up to 3. I don't see why it doesn't say up to 3. Yeah, you can send up to 3, such as home, Wi-Fi, or phone hotspot. Then you hit submit. Once you hit submit, you've paid your funds, you will get an email from us. In that email, it will give you video links. It will give you video links to our software that the code plug. It will give you playlists. It gives the code plug for, I think this works in Chirp, but otherwise the 480 software. And I give a PDF of the frequency list. 7 and 8 are highlighted on there because when that list PDF was created, they used to be on high, but the thing is when they're on high, it kind of screws things up. So you have to program your radios to match this list. We do not use the standard GMRS stuff. Channel 1 in this radio is not the one on whatever part compliant radio you ordered. And then you have to make sure that you have the CT, CSS, PL tone, privacy tone, whatever the fuck your radio calls it, programmed into that radio to match what it says here. We do use a lot of travel tones, but we do also mix it up with other tones and split tones. We have a couple that have split tones just in case you get somebody screwing around. I always tell people it's better to just program a few of these into your radio. You don't have to program all of them into your radio because, I mean, if you're getting somebody that's screwing around, okay, obviously they found out that this is your PL tone in and out. So then come down here to number 9. Well, it's travel tone in and different out, or different, this is an encode, decode, so it's decoding this. So this is going to be the one that you program your radio to talk out on, and this is the one you program your radio to listen in on. If you've got one of those part compliant piece of shits, you're fucked. I mean, I don't know if all of them are able to do the splits, but you might be fucked, and that's kind of sucks. But so yeah, that's the part of it there. DTMFing is fairly simple, but all radio box SNs that will be shipped out will be connected to one of our primary hubs. I can't deliberately say at the moment what they all are, but I can tell you right at the moment we have several hubs and talk arounds, what we call some of them. Our mains at the current time of this video is 10100 and the 600. They are both connected together. We'll go to our status page here. So if you look here, 600 is connected on 10100. My camera's in that angle, I think. So yeah, right here. Sorry, I know my camera's somewhere. It's kind of big, but see the top here is the 10100. The 10100 is connected to the 600. The 600 is connected to the 10100. So it does not matter which one it automatically connects to. There are ones in the works, so we got our morning coffee shop coming up here too. But there are going to be other hubs in the works because we are spanning across the country. So we are going to wind up putting in one in California, one in New Jersey, and possibly getting rid of our ATL. That one's been nothing but a pain in the ass. So it will automatically come connected to one of them. You don't have to worry about that. But I've had it in videos before. The easiest way to DTMF, when you get it on the piece of paper, it says to connect to do a number sign, a symbol, followed by a number, followed by a group, followed by a number sign. Well, you have to do that sequence. You have to do whatever symbol that is, followed by that number, and followed by the group number. These are the group numbers: 600, 10, 100, 200, 400. I put little nicknames: 5 and below, have ID at the door, the testing station, last outpost. But those are the different groups that we currently have available. As the list grows, we will update it. But it's followed by that. And the number sign, the asterisk, not the asterisk, the pound sign is just numbers. It's not something you actually put in. It's just to say, the group number. That's what the pound sign is actually for in that list. Login information is something that is good to know if you have sent in the wrong information. Hopefully after this video, we don't have to ever worry about you logging into it because you sent in the right Wi-Fi information. As long as you sent in the right Wi-Fi information, you should never have to log into that Pi. This person asked if he could do a custom ID. We really don't do too much custom IDing if you purchase a radio box from us. The way it works is I personally, when I make them, goes into 600. Or not 600, but it's a 600 number. We're up to 200s for the do-it-yourselfers, so they're in the 200 range. 800 is my boy Dane. 400 is my guy Lee, and 13 is Lee as well. No, 400. Yeah, 400 is Lee, and I forgot what Rogers was. Rogers making some, and I think he's in 2s. Or no, he might be. I have to reach out, but it doesn't really matter. If you decide to make your own and you want a custom number down the line, that's something you can ask me about. But other than that, we don't really do custom. Here's 1300. That's the California machine. We're not putting in. I realize my camera's up here. We're not putting in locations anymore. We are not really a repeater network. We have turned into more radio boxes. If you do own a repeater and you happen to add it, we could put it in there if you want the access tones and all that stuff. It's another form of advertising. If you notice, this one says Radio Box SN, Waukegan, Illinois, frequency, tone. That is because it's at my mother's location, and I don't live in Illinois anymore, so it is an open thing for anybody in that area to use. Let's see here. I'm looking through this guy's email because he asked a lot of very good questions. I touched on the CTCSSs. The Radio Box SNs are not looking the same as they used to. We have simplified things a little bit. So don't be worried if you get it and it looks a little bit different. We're trying to make things more sleeker and whatnot and stay ahead of our competition if we ever have any. So we're not going to leak the way they look now, because they do look sleeker now, and we like the way they look. So I think that is it for a little bit of tidbits. So I'm going to hit stop, watch this, and then I'll upload it here. Thanks for watching.